the Sweet 16 and Easter. Sweet. What's up, everybody? Well, the Sweet 16 is over, and it was chaotic, to say the very least. These teams had about 3 to 4 days to prepare, and they did not disappoint. Or, I don't know, a lot of them did disappoint. Looking at you, Marquette, how do you lose to an 11 seed in the Sweet 16? That's ridiculous. But no matter. There were a bunch of other upsets this week as well. Like Alabama was able to take down North Carolina. However, a bad thing that did happen this week is that my other two Final Four teams were upset this week, and those were Arizona and Iowa State, and they were upset by Clemson and Illinois, respectively. I mean, technically, in Iowa State's case, they did have pretty good competition against Illinois, but still, you gotta win for me, all right? But none of that matters because Duke beat Houston last night, and I still got my last Final Four team and my national champion left. But that game was a little close to watch. I feel bad for the guy who was injured for Houston last night. Duke, you did what you had to do, and now you have to face NC State. And I don't know about you, but that is a really easy game to win for Duke. I'm not going to guarantee that they win it because I told my family that I thought that Marquette should dominate NC State, and they didn't. But I think that the path to the Final Four is really easy for Duke. It's probably the easiest one. And speaking of getting to the Final Four and even winning it, let me show you my overall bracket of the Elite Eight. Because my bracket, as you can see here, my bracket is completely toast. Apart from Duke, who I have winning it all, I have literally no one left to win this week. So I need Duke to win this week and to continue to win throughout the rest of the bracket. So with that, I am going to give you my official Elite Eight predictions and further on from that. Round 1, UConn versus Illinois. In this scenario, I think the better team ultimately gets the victory here. And considering that this UConn team has more experience than Illinois does, I think that they ultimately get the win here in convincing fashion. Alabama versus Clemson. What is this? College football? Whatever. I think in this game, the better team ultimately comes out on top, and in this case, it's Alabama. There's nothing else for me to say here. I've already discussed how I think Duke is going to win the NC State game, so I'll just skip that one for now. And I also think that Tennessee will come out on top against Purdue, who is infamous for not coming up and making the big time plays when it absolutely matters most. So in this case, I think Tennessee ultimately beats them at the end of the game. So there you have it. My brand new picks to make the Final Four. Although these are not the teams that I think are going to win it all necessarily. Alabama versus UConn. In this game, I think that we'll see that UConn will set themselves apart from every number one seed before them as someone who really stands out and actually makes a name for themselves as someone who doesn't just make great games in the regular season, but in the postseason as well. And for UConn, they are the team to beat here in that side of the bracket, and they easily take care of Alabama with ease. With this game, Duke versus Tennessee, I think that Duke proves that they can go and they can get to the national championship. I don't care if Tennessee might be considered the better team here. Duke has a lot of experience. Duke gained more experience from this year. They went and proved that they can beat the best of the best with Houston. They proved that they can beat the bad teams if they have to. And that will really carry them through the rest of this bracket. And so with that, I think they should beat Tennessee. And finally, the national championship game between Duke and UConn. And you already know who I'm going to pick to be the winner. It's Duke. I don't care. What I said last round still applies here. This team has a ton of experience. I don't care if UConn has experience too. But we have experience to go out there, beat the best team, beat the bad teams if we have to. I don't care. This team has gone through so much. We can do this. This is our year. I don't care if I sound like every Cowboys fan out there. I don't care if I sound like this dude. Something feels different this year. But be sure to tell me how foolish I sound down in the comments below. And with that, peace!